He's useless here, right? You need to be like the old wise guy.
That's why I have you here.
I'm an old wise guy.
Prepare for battle.
Have fun. Okay.
No, Harry Freak. That's Harry Freak. You don't understand.
How can you harry a colt in the?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he needed to find it, and there it is. So. It was a different one though.
I like how they kind of tease each other. It makes everything more interesting. Big smoke for both teams. Will they go? They're kind of trying to protect the trees, but there's nobody taking the trees.
This has become a staple. I first saw this in like Division 2 of Eastern Europe a couple of years ago. Every single game where there was a treant, people would just die. There would be 3, 4, 5 kills every single time in the laning phase. Nowadays, people are a little bit more careful about going for it, though. I'm looking at this Svenge, and I don't remember this hero, the last time this hero lost. Actually, I remember it was Nigma versus Falcons, but they almost won, considering that they haven't been looking the greatest. This hero just gives me so much confidence, and I think it's going to be giving a lot of confidence to Falcons as well.
It is truly strong. We spoke so many times about it, but the most important thing that for me this game is, and in any game Falcons versus Quest, is the mid lane, how it goes, and more importantly how it goes like when it comes to a 3v3 time on the runes, who gets the power runes, who gets the first rotation, who gets more with the first siege, you know, it will dictate the game.
30 seconds.
And how do you
right
feel
now,
about the supports rotating? Who has the better ones?
I feel like it should be easier for the Falcons, because this treant is slow and Rubik is kind of weak early on the runes. So if it comes to a 3v3 on like a side on a rune, oh crit, careful, buddy. If it comes to a 3v3 like a point, like I think Falcons should have advantage.
Crit might have just revealed that ward, as he really did make a really sharp turn there when he saw them on vision. But no, it's not going to be dewarded, at least not for now. Does the... Ah, that's nice. Treant did have a sentry, so I'm very surprised that he didn't try to check there. So they did put wards down to see those rotations towards the mid lane. Or actually, yeah, both of the teams actually have it. They don't want these bottom lane supports to be moving there.
If we know it, they know it, you know? That's how I think about it. These are trained professionals, after all.
How do you become a trained professional? You keep repeating that one, but I don't know. Who needs to train you? Is there like a top dog there?
You just train and you get paid for it, and you are the paid professional, trained professional. Sorry. Onwards to the laning stage.
Courier has been killed.
Let's see. Malik in this lane starts off with the reactive armor. So you said that he's a pretty good Timbersaw himself. Do you think he's gonna be able to measure up versus probably the best Timbersaw team in the world?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the one besides the noob, I mean everybody. T2000, Curry. I'm not gonna mention all of them. The Malik performances in the series they played against the Falcons is been insane. But it's just why I say everybody's playing insane. But you already said it yourself. Everybody has to play kind of on their best to beat the Falcons. That's what it takes, and Malik is definitely doing so.
Let's see though, he does kill up the Timber Chain versus 2 ranged heroes. Your Whirling Death just isn't that great of a spell. I don't really know strength heroes in this lane to really use it on Omar, being annoying. Speaking of annoyance, Falcons, even when they don't have 2 melee heroes, these guys love their shenanigans in the lane, just to be outplaying, controlling the equilibrium. And if you control the lane equilibrium with the Magnus on your side, you always have the capability to skewer back to the tower.
Yes, that's one reason. The other reason is you're playing as Lina plus Treant, and that's like as scary lane as it gets, you know.
You were talking about the... he's fine. About the mid lane being important, and so far we are seeing that the Void Spirit, Malrine, doing doing a really decent job here. Noob doesn't have a single deny. Malrine already up to 4, and let's see, even the flag bearer goes his way. Beautiful.
These two guys are killing
Dire's
each other.
top tower is
Top
under
lane,
attack.
Omar and Malik, they're getting pretty heavily harassed. I mean, every time there's like a double hit from Weaver, which name is like, oh,
First blood.
Crit going down. Was he using a TP? Yeah.
yeah,
was.
he
That's
died.
actually
He
big.
died while using a TP, so that is huge. He's only level 1. He's getting really hard time bottom, but top lane kind of similar. Malik has 14 stick, so. But
Malik?
be careful, be careful.
Very dangerous. Omar needs to be
Ooh.
careful as well.
I mean, that's what I wanted to. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
2 points in reactive armor. I didn't see that for a very long time.
I mean, it's all about this minus armor from the Venge and the Geminate attack on the Weaver. Like, this is like only these two spells are like 200 damage every like 16 seconds, you know. So it's insane lane from a side of Falcons.
Does look really good for them at the moment. Even so, the Timbersaw is getting a solid amount of CS, but now his armor is gonna start getting removed. He has the Timber Chain, needs to remove that Swarm first, and with that, the minus armor is just not gonna be as
Radiant's
scary.
middle
Skitter
tower
puts
is
himself
under
in an
attack.
uncomfortable position, has the sticks and the Shikuchi away. He'll be fine.
Extremely difficult lane for both off-lane sides. Like the safe laners are just keeping them on their toes all the time. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna see a turnaround. A lot of burst potential in between Malik and Omar once they hit low 4.
Malik taking some damage. Now he finally has the Helm of Iron Will, so his armor, his regen, it is gonna be going to insane heights. And, Amar, he might be needing some regen as well. Actually has the skewer to get himself to a safe position, and they're continuing with the shenanigans while Kaori, well, gets a nice deny on the range creep. I guess you have to do this
Dire's
versus
middle
Alina Treant lane. They're
tower
just a
is under
little
attack.
bit too powerful for you.
Yes, if you go for a straight up fight and like a straight lane against two of them, they're just gonna keep spamming their abilities in the lane, and every time you come to like re-aggro the creep, you lose half of your HP. Oh,
Kaori?
Radiant's middle tower.
That was
Nice
a big mistake. I don't know
cure.
what the hell he was doing. He gets into the tower with the blood grenade, the slows are there, and the low armor hero, like a Treant, will easily go down to the right place of the tower, attacking, snaking, dropping low. Malik as well. Let's see, the blood grenade will finish off snaking while Skitter is trying to do something to Malik, but in the end it's just gonna be tickling him, and he's not all that ticklish.
I mean, so close, but still, Malik and Omar both surviving with the kill on the snaking. I mean, they keep trying to harass them down, but the 2 points in the armor and the Helm of Fire allowing Malik to turn.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Mid lane,
Back to the mid lane.
coming
Noob
up.
is threatening with the Rolling Thunder, key into the ignition, but it's cold days. It needs a couple of times to start, and there it is. It's
Gonna
gonna
be
be
bottom.
stopped for the time being, snaking, not allowing it to happen. Yeah, here comes Crit as well with the flame break. He will be pushing him back, and Malrine gets the first power room.
I mean, to be honest, even if it's spawned top, the Marlene was in time to take it too, so Falcons just a little bit better and faster on the runes, and this will open up a lot of possibilities for him. Maybe after, probably one of the best 6-minute runes you can hope for.
I always look at the spirits, probably every single one of them, as they want to start rotating maybe with a second. Though considering he's going back to the base, he might actually decide to make a move, let's say on Alina. Wouldn't be a bad one to get.
I mean, he doesn't want to make like an insane big move right now, but just a casual move on the side could work. Because Venge is already there to soak up the mid XP. But top is very hard on the Timber. He might try it, but look at Marlene. This is a tier 1 player. He's not gonna use his TP. He went base, and now he's running back mid. Everything is being picked up by his supports. No farm is being lost on the map. He's losing some, but Venge is gaining. It stays in the house. His TP is still ready.
And of course, Lina is gonna be afraid, or everybody on the map is gonna be afraid with him missing with the haste rune on its own. But what he's actually doing is farming up the stack.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like he is getting more and more network, allowing his supports to get network, but keeping the both Timber and Lina on the toes.
And finally, he was spotted on vision, so that's gonna be giving a green light to PSG Quest to continue with their
But it's the thing,
approach to the lanes.
they already knew he's gonna show up mid. It's a new power up time. So while he needed to miss, he was missing. Now whether he's anyway, he can come, lift up.
Rolls on the bottom lane, rolling Thunder. Noob gonna be going for it, snaking in a little bit of trouble. That's not gonna be all that much damage. And Malrine, very nice dissimulated. Low ground Corey, he picked up the shield room. So second power, not gonna be going to the mid laners. Corey, he's tanky because of the shield room, but they're gonna go through the shield and then through his real HP as well. Malrine getting the kill.
Another slight victory on the power room for the side of Falcons, but here comes TA 2000.
Oh, Swashbuckle
so
misses.
close. It's only level 3 Swashbuckle. Oh, it's level 4, unlucky.
He would have gotten the kill 100% if that hit, but either way, Crit does survive. While top lane Skitter, he just can't do anything to Malik. I mean, you can probably survive, dodge, and get some farm, but the Timber will be getting more, most likely. So I'm curious to see what Skitter is gonna do. Is he gonna be rotating with the Weaver, maybe?
He first and foremost wants to secure the most possible farm he can have from the lane. Yeah, he cannot pressure him, but he can still farm the lane's creeps, especially with the power threads Falcon Blade. Villa, but he's gonna go gates. He has ulti, he has Falcon Blade, he has threads. He's ready to fight too. You're right.
Dire's bottom tower
Nina is
under
gonna be
attack.
found. Shukuchi catches the creep. TA 2000, he saw it. The swarm will connect. No TP coming out. Actually, nobody's in the vicinity from Falcons. It's only Skitter that is applying this pressure. Might be enough to secure an opening onto the tower. Still no minute 10 catapult, so it might take a little bit longer to break it down.
Dire's
He
top
just
tower
wants to
is under
pressure,
attack.
he's still keeping the farm up by farming the neutrals, but he cannot do anything to the Timber. He feels like he wants to give a little bit more pressure, so it's like a standard carry rotation to the bottom lane, like getting the lean out, and now he's gonna go back top.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is
doesn't
under
want
attack.
to give the tower to the Timber. Considering that there's gonna be a siege creep now coming, you want to be in that lane as fast as possible. Malik will do his best to apply as much possible pressure to this tower, but until the siege creep comes at least, it is gonna stay alive.
It's mind games with both of them. Luckily for Falcons, Rubik is still not level 6, not even close, on level 4. With his level 6, if he gets this level 4 Sukuchi, he becomes a very big nuisance.
That's one thing that we haven't touched upon. Like, if there's a hero that the Rubik loves playing against, it's the Weaver, just constantly staying with that spell. There's so many good spells to steal in this game, but the one that you're gonna be staying with is the Shukuchi. Of course, the Skitter gives it to you. Now again, we're gonna be seeing that Weaver rotation. He gets the bug onto Corey, and this is gonna be a second time that Corey loses his life here.
They're gonna look to go back top, but the tower is already done, so they're just gonna go continue farming. I mean, nice place from Skitter, both of the times, like understanding, like going
Dire's
from
middle
top to
tower is
bottom.
under attack. Radiant are scanning.
Understands his role. He just wanted to trade the tower. I think that was the idea. When there's a trade protector and a Timber, you know that you're gonna be protecting your tower a little bit longer and you're gonna be pushing the enemies. So Falcons, they probably cannot stop both, but they stopped one of them, and that's the protection on the bottom of the tower. So that's nice. I think it's
Crit?
smart. Crit, nice lane break, pushes Noob back, and
nice.
again with the piggy ball, he's so freaking fast.
It says that was lame. I mean, ooh, bench.
Thinking, gets the magic missile off, he needs some help, doesn't have to swap, a couple of more hits, Lance of Pursuit is on the Pango, and goodbye Snaking. There was no way he was gonna escape that one.
That was not so lame. Use ulti on bat, ends up use roll hit roll, you know, as Sing Sing would say. He gets the guy in the back. 12-minute rune? They should have this one with Marlene. They're filling the resources
Dire's
in the
middle tower
fountain.
is under attack.
It's gonna
Finally.
be arcane rule, finally.
That's gonna be huge for Noob. 4 points in both of his spells, and he just wants to be spamming them at this moment in the game. The Arcane Rune will allow him to do exactly that. Good quest. 2 of their cores topping the network chart, and, well, Noob is actually in a really good position. There will be an Astral Step stolen for the Rubik. That's a solid spell to have.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, like every single hero has a spell he wants. Maybe Batrider before the lasso, the other one
Dire's
are
middle
not so
tower is
appealing,
under attack.
but
Are
like
scanning.
Benchstan, Rubik, Chukuchi, any spell almost from the Void Spirit besides the Resonant Pulse, Magnus says for itself. You know, it's extremely good Rubik game, and Omar is he's a Rubik to respect. You know.
And I'm finally glad we're seeing a good Rubik game, because most of the Rubik picks that we've seen have been like comfort pick Rubiks, and they would do absolutely nothing in the game. This one is a really good Rubik game, and we can expect wonders from this guy. As you mentioned, Quest, they are hunting, and in the end they might have to be okay with killing Crit, but so many times he has already escaped them. Has the drums, trample boot. Let's see if he escapes again. Astral step forward, lift up into the air. Not this time.
Meanwhile, Magnus has a dagger, so at least they're gonna steal some farm, but
Radiant's top tower is under
Timber
attack.
has a dagger as well, so one guy is gonna be hunting and bringing enemies to his team. The other guy is just gonna be jumping with a blink and doing overwhelming amounts of damage. Whenever I see a Magnus with a blink and you still have your mid lane tower, it's probably gonna be there for quite some time. Mid lane is probably the best lane to be able to catch a couple of heroes, and well, for now he hasn't been able to do so, but it is Amar. He's not gonna stop
hey,
trying. Malik.
not only to catch on the mid lane as you said, but when you are in the mid lane, naturally it's so much easier to move to the other places right on the map. So it just being there, even if you don't catch it, opens so many opportunities. Right now, both team kind of settling down with what is happening, but I feel like Falcons are not stronger, but they're definitely stronger if they attack first. So they wanna do so.
Radiant are scanning.
Malik would be a really nice kill with Malrine having the amplified damage rune. This Void Spirit, he packs
RP is ready.
Sponge. 11 skewer. He doesn't have mana for the RP at the moment, but it won't even be needed. Malrine, as we mentioned, does back up the Astral Step, tasting your own medicine, and the Overgrowth a little bit too late. Stolen Shakuchi Omar, he used the second step there to steal it. That's gonna be quite nice. Nice rolling thunder from Mood, but he cannot finish off Malrine. Dissimulate to the high ground, and in the end, only Falcons have gotten something out of that fight without even using the RP.
Swap was still ready, so Marlene never actually in the danger. I mean, nice play from Falcons. Not only they kill, they also force a lot of reaction, so Quest was expecting it, but still a bit short.
Radiant's top tower
Gucci is ready on the Rubik.
Yep. They thought Timber was tankier, that he's gonna be able to survive longer. Not the case, and also that tower dropping is a big deal. Crit, we're seeing this quite a lot from him, deep in the enemy territory, pushing out waves. He's level 9 on this Batrider, and ways away in terms of net worth of any other support. Self away, he'll be fine. He's going for a blink. Rubik is going for a blink as well. We'll see which one of them gets it faster. Currently, Rubik is slightly closer to it than Prince Skitter. Coming forward, Malik, Timber Chain away. He did get the blink out as well. Really far away from his team, however. Crit is coming over. Lasso is at the ready. He's staying in the shotgun with Omar being in the vicinity. Crit is just gonna die. Malik still alive. Here comes Amar. Nice lift up by Omar, but it won't matter.
Lina's
Still
coming.
obscure. They'll get the kill. Lina is coming over. Omar still chasing forward. Doesn't want to allow them to blink away, but he does put himself in a pretty uncomfortable position because Falcons are bringing in the numbers, and you want to kill this annoying Rubik. And, not gonna be able to do so thus far.
I mean, just both teams like kind of fighting with each other to the edge. Like you see this Lina coming, she can kill all of them, but if she gets swapped into stun, she can also die for free. Like it's so close. It just shows how evenly matched both teams are. Who would you favor in the late game?
Ooh, I'd say Falcons. I think Falcons, because in my mind you need to do one thing. Make sure that the Rubik doesn't annoy the Magnus, right? And then the Weaver can do that, no problem. And then the Magnus can focus on the Lina. So, considering that the Lina is much squishier than the Weaver, I'm gonna have to say Falcons.
Radiant's bottom tower
I mean,
is
my
under
mind
attack.
is also telling me Falcons, but just because of like these like these high ground shenanigans. But in an open
Dire's
fight,
top tower
actually,
is under attack.
if
Radiant's
Rubik like
middle tower
gets
is under
one good
attack.
steal, like it might turn everything.
Sure. There is capability for outplay on the side of Quest. But I think it's easier for Falcons to play, and so far what we've seen from these two teams, usually the team that had it easier to get into the fight did win the
Radiant's
game.
middle tower
That's what
is
it
under
looked like
attack.
in the upper bracket this qualifier.
Dire are scanning. Radiant's
Yeah,
middle
and
tower
the team
is
that
falling.
kind of quote unquote head up is better lately. It truly does look like this, like that right now for the Falcons. But Quest will be playing their own tempo, getting the first opponent expected crit. Gonna get the food.
There's a
missed
diffuser play.
the-
He's gonna play around that crystal and the high ground, gets on top of it. We know exactly where he is. LSA connects, he gets the lasso. It's gonna be a stolen lasso, a mistake from Crit. Omar, now he does have that huge spell. Let's see if he can use it. Skitter, time lapse was used, has to run himself away. Omar has been smoked up. He wants to find somebody, has the blink as well.
Blink plus lasso.
Dire's courier has been killed.
They have a swap, but if they don't react too fast, Skitter could die in a matter of a second.
Tori, speaking of dying in a matter of a second, he is gonna be dropping low, and that minus armor with the astral step just came into handy quite nicely. Marine gets himself a killing spree. They do the ward, however, with Malek coming forward, staking, will be there with magic himself to slow down the supremacy. Marine coming there as well. Crit doesn't have the lasso, Rubik, however, still has one. Malek trying to run him some way. The RP will be huge, and that's a stolen RP. Omar will be showing you how he's done T8 standing his ground, but he's all alone, and it is gonna be the Aegis broken. So Bangle will be coming in fairly soon. Noob, Swashbuckle, getting Malrine low, nice resonant pulse, keeping him alive, and they have the magic missile to keep Noob at bay. Skewer to the side, they want him dead. He's gonna have another Swashbuckle to the side. Amar, of course, he knows where you're going, and Malrine on a sliver of an HP left, he does get that kill as well. In the end, it's gonna be Falcons all the way.
Dire's middle tower.
3
is
for
under
0, 4 for 0 if you count the Aegis. Nice RP, nice turnaround by Omar, but just
Dire's
not
middle
enough
tower
damage
has been denied.
to clear the house. I mean, it's a bit problem for the Quest if they are chasing into the enemy. They felt they have the Aegis, they have the timing of the items on their heroes, they can go, but with 3 and dying before fight even started, so make it like 4 for 0. Like, it just made it too easy for the Falcons to hit all their spells perfectly.
And also, the Pango was dead during that stolen RP. I guess if he had the Swashbuckle shield crash after that was used, we might be seeing a different fight. But might be, should be, could be. We're not going to be dealing with that. We see a very interesting number of kills on each side. These guys, they definitely love math in both Quest and Falcons.
5k lead, 20 minutes in. They're gonna be killing the
Dire's
Tormentor
middle tower
probably.
is
It's
under
the classic play Tormentor into this zone. This time around, not the bet, not the bet. I think they're all like in their
Dire
heads
are
at least,
scanning.
saying not the bet, please. Between bet and
Radiant's
Venge, the
bottom
Venge
tower is under attack.
card is just a million times better.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the bet is gonna get one.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh boy.
Back to back unlucky.
Tormentor is the worst thing. I know why it's called the Tormentor, right? I was always
Dire's
thinking like,
top tower
okay, it
is
does
under
damage.
attack.
It literally torments the Dota players. It's insane. On the other side, Malik will be getting a flamethrower. So Elon Musk joins the map. He is gonna be burning some people down.
Alright, that's a pretty cool one, I would say. Like, it's underrated, but only because it's like a core hero, and like core heroes have a bit tougher time spending so much gold on a shard.
I think it was better before the Timbersaw became a universal hero, because when he did, then his pushing power increased quite a lot, and it used to be that he cannot push, so you needed it. Now with insane right clicks, you're still fine.
Smoke up.
RPO to the ground! Omar! He used it there without the blink. Time to run, Gleipnir, roll up, trying to get away. Nitrem does connect, stun on this Magnus, but he'll be fine for now as Ori has been caught. Uses the overgrowth with his dying breath. Doesn't matter, Malrine. Menta to remove. Will be a 1 for 1. Oh, 1 for 0, sorry. Nobody on Falcons dies.
I felt like it was going... It's gonna expire, very soon, so he kind of
Radiant's
rushed with it.
middle tower
Unfortunately,
is under
he
attack.
used it on the ground. But even more importantly, after you use it on the ground, even if you steal it again, it will go on cooldown. So
Yep.
it will be a 3-end plus a tower for the side of Falcons.
Without the Rolling Thunder
Radiant's
and the
middle tower
Overgrowth, you
is
can't
under
really
attack.
hope to defend this one. Skitter in front there has the
Radiant's middle
Gleipnir.
tower has
This is a really nice catch item. A lot of these guys on Quest want to be mobile, want to be moving away. Not gonna be possible.
Really good against both of the Falcons. I mean, sorry, Quest supports plus the Pango. They're really annoyed by it. And like between Dezo and Gleipnir, like Dezo is like a more all-inish item, where the Gleipnir like allows you to scale much better. I really like the choices here.
And he has a shard as well, so we are going to be seeing a lot of lightnings flying around in these team fights. Malik has been found the last, so immediately used, and here comes Skitter with the swarm. So much damage with the Gleipnir, you're not going to move an inch, and there's an Ether Remnant keeping place even longer. Malrine is unstoppable, and yet again, Falcons are getting themselves a kill. Quest pretty helpless in this mid-game.
I mean, they just don't have like enough. Like what they needed to do is like continue rolling with the Aegis, like in an open fight. What you can feel from the noob.
No, you're not gonna be going for it.
They're just gonna. They found a tree and.
They're doing
I
such
mean,
a good job.
I mean, PSG Quest just desperately trying to find a fight, but like he's just too hard. Like noob is almost dying in the rolling thunder. He's gonna have to run away. No TP, so they're gonna chase him down. They see him.
Stolen Shikuchi. Nope. Oh, he made a mistake.
The well.
The well. He forgot about it. He thought he was gonna go through it, and they're picking it up. You learn something new every day, but this time around, that lesson will be painful.
I was always wondering, is it the well of life or the death? Now I get my answer. It's the well of death. At least for Pango and his noob, and the noob on the Pango. I mean, what I wanted to say is they needed to like dominate the game with the Aegis. Their lineup doesn't play the map very well as the Falcons do. They needed like a structured fight, 5v5 in the formation with no Aegis and no possibility to force down objectives. They're forced to play them up. And look at the Falcons lineup. They have Void Spirit with insane catch, Magnus with an insane catch, Bench, Beaver with the Gleipnir, Batrider, you name it. They have everything and more to play them up like much better than the lineup of PSG Quest, and we're seeing it.
And we're seeing it. Look at Malrine, poor guy. Okay, he is gonna have mana for a TP. Doesn't want it. Will still go for the Astral Step. Malrine has been very conservative with his TPs in this game and has the Whisper of the Dread. That is quite huge. Quite a lot of magical damage added.
Yeah, a bit of a like underrated item. Considering it's new, it's normal. Like people decide against it, but look at it. 10k down, minute 26. They are gonna go for another smoke. At least PSG Quest is reading this game correctly. You know, they understand. They have to fight.
Left up onto the
Ilu into Ilu.
Yeah, he's gonna pick them up. Malik coming forward, snaking, dropping low. That's a good hero to kill. He goes for a defense as well by himself. Malik has been pulled in. Got heard an RP in the backlines. What was stolen was a storm from the Weaver. And actually, that RP from Amar does absolutely nothing. He just went too deep. Both of the offlaners are going to be losing their lives with Critch dropping low and actually losing his life in the end. Corey, a little bit too optimistic coming up the high ground. He'll just get annihilated by Skitter, who still wants to come forward. Does have the time lapse, has the Gleipnir. What was stolen is the Ether Remnant. He gets it out, the Rubik, and he does slow down the Void Spirit, but not really saves his life. As Skitter gets a double kill, and in the end, it's another victory for Falcons.
Victory, yes, 2 for 3 trade for the Falcons, but I think it's the step in the right direction. At least they're finding some sort of fight. Still slightly unfavorable for them, but it looked for a moment, if, for example, Rubik stole the RP, it could go to the PSG quest list. So they still want to fight 5v5. They don't want the small engagements.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that Rubik didn't steal the RP. The second that the RP came out, I heard the steal. Actually, that's Corey, barely alive. He'll be able to survive through the Mage Slayer. So I heard it. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine as the living armor. So I heard the Rubik ulti, but he stole the Swimmer Weaver. So I guess he just wasn't that close to Omar at that moment of the fight. We were looking at the other way.
Rosh is up. Will they be in time to contest this? They're all kind of together, but this Rosh with the Swarm, like one of the things Weaver is very good at is killing the Rosh. Even without Dezo, they kill it so fast and they'll not be in time.
Yeah, they're in time. They don't have the overgrowth, however, that is your big team fight spell. The smoke is being used. One thing that Team Spirit does good when they play is catching the enemies once they've gotten the Aegis when they're dealing with the waves. Though Quest, they're gonna have to deal with the mid wave themselves, so that does give Falcons time to prepare.
Yes, I mean, usually what Spirit does is like while the enemies can rush, they push out all the waves and already prepare for the move, but while they were killing the rush, Quest was expecting the move, so they were not pushing any other lanes. But they will hold the high ground. Marlene.
Goes forward, gets lifted up immediately. Astro Step has been stolen. They're trying to finish him off. The swap, it does save his life. He gets fed the cheese immediately, will be fine. They do bring down Snaking because of it. This was a little bit too deep, Noob. Losing armor rapidly, but that's gonna be the last hit from Delina dealing with the swarm, so he'll be fine. That's a pretty solid one. You get rid of the cheese, you kill the Vengeful Spirit, and with that kill you are gonna be delaying the Aegis a bit.
Yes, a small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Like almost perfectly executed. Like if Venge was like a millisecond late, it would mean a kill on Marlene, and who knows after, maybe even more.
They literally had enough damage, but the shield from the swap allowed him to live. Skidder is still not content with this. He wants the last tower. Not gonna be easy to get for sure here, as Quest are still keeping themselves in the game. Malrine on the hunt.
No BKB on the Lina, so if he gets caught by any of the spells, like they'll have more than enough to bring him down. But so far so good for the TA2000. He's keeping himself relevant in the network and in the game. It's a sign of a great player playing such game without BKB and not dying more than once.
Lina has such high HP with the talent, with the Pike and the Gleipnir. 3.2k HP. You still die because your armor is not the best, but it's tankier than your standard Lina. Hitter. Omar. That's a good one to kill. He has the Astral Step. He cannot use it. 4-step to the side. Uses the dust and just dies to the swarm. Skitter. 6-0-6 is unstoppable. Noob.
Ooh.
Fortunately for him, gets out.
That was so close to a lasso, another big kill. I mean, once Omar is dead, it's like a sirens for Falcons to go fully forward. Because if Magnus is free to use RP however he wants, that means Lina cannot do any damage in the fight. That means there is nothing to care about on the side of Falcons.
And what they care about now is Skitter getting this tower down. The rest of his team is still on the hunt. It is going to be the Batrider and the Void Spirit, even the Venge somewhere there with them on the hunt, trying to find this Lina. That is a great kill if they can get on top of TA2000. Goes for Invis. Now you need to guess correctly. Gem on Malrine. So if he gets close, TA2000 will die. Tori.
Wisdom Rune, the forgotten
Easy.
Wisdom Rune. I'll take it.
Do you feel wise now?
Hmm.
For sure. Snaking. He's gonna find out there's no Wisdom Rune there. While the Tormentor is being taken down. And it will be a shard for the Rubik's. Omar now has a way to save his Lina if need be. Though usually you want to use that lift to make sure that you can steal the RP. So we'll see what he does, how he approaches it. Will he be able to outplay the enemies and save his buddies at the same time?
I give some potential play, so it's fine. You know, you're not bothered by the free shard ever, even if it's on a Batrider post 4 at minute 20. You'll take it. 45 seconds on the Aegis. So in these Aegis, they actually didn't gain a significant net worth lead, if any. It was around the 10k when they took the Roche. Now it's 11k. So PSG Quest, like delaying the game in the right way. They might not have a better late game, but you know, you do what you can, what's in front of you. You don't like, oh, we lost. You play the next best play, and that is delaying the ages, and then think how you take the fight once it's gone.
If you're doing the best moves all the time, even the smallest slip up of your enemies will be can be possibly punished. So Quest, that is what they're playing for right now. In the last 10 minutes, they have not been making any mistakes. It hasn't allowed them to get back into this game, but it has given them a position where it still might happen. There will be an Aghanim Scepter on the Pango once his courier comes back, so that is gonna be another big damage item that Quest can rely on. And you know, in the late game, the Pango can be very, very dangerous.
He's gonna do a lot of damage, but once Skitter is gonna be level 25, and that's probably not far off. Like, he can maybe even kill the Pango through the Rolling Thunder.
Oh, here comes the Hurricane Pike. Is it enough damage? Nah, it's still a Timber Saw.
No.
Dire are scanning.
That's a cool little
He's
play,
level 21.
knowing that he has a
Yeah.
Pike.
Pike going to the BKB, so doesn't
Dire's top
wanna
tower
get
is under
bursted.
attack.
I mean, it's just nice pickup. I mean, Marlene is the support's nightmare. You know, if you play a public matchmaking and you play against Marlene, this guy, you feel like he's something personal against you, but then you watch competitive and you understand he's just doing his job very well. That's all.
No, he just takes it. He just takes everything personal. Whoever plays against him is his worst enemy, and he will punish you, kill you, annihilate you, and that's well, the supports are the easiest to bully.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Marlene with the shield rune.
Forward, what
Oh,
was stolen?
nice little Su. Nice little Su. This is, I mean, not the best of this game because there's so many good spells, but the Aether Remnant with the buff on duration, it's just a very nice steal, especially versus the Magnus, you know.
And the Void Spirit, both of them like jumping in, and it's not hard to guess where they're gonna jump in. And right after that, at least the Void Spirit goes for the Dissimulate. So if you make a mistake and jump into a Remnant, you can very easily get bursted down. The game is tense, but nobody's going for a play. Both teams seem to be waiting for the Roche to come over. The thing is, Quest, even if that Roche does come, do they go and contest it?
I think the third one, yes, especially being on the top side, it will mean it has the Aghanims, and the Aghanims rush is just way too important. But Falcons, they are looking for a fight.
Malik has been found. He has the BKB, not using it just yet. There's the RP onto the two of them. Rubik nowhere in sight to punish this. Lina tickling Amar. He doesn't care. Let's go with a harpoon. He's going to be able to catch a nice overgrowth just to create some space between TA2000 and the team of Falcons. Kaori trying to get himself out. Malrine, of course, will be his worst nightmare still. Actually, Skitter in the end finishes him off. It is going to be 3 Heroes of Quest down without Falcons even being touched in that fight.
I mean, getting caught 2 on the vision is just not the way PSG Quest wants the fight to start. They need to have a vision advantage, not disadvantage, to win those fights. And you saw, if they don't start, it means that there's not gonna be damage. It means Amar is gonna get a good RP, and he used the shockwave really fast. So no RP this time for Amar. Omar.
Omar, it's fine. We get what you're saying. Either way, though, staking in a good position theater if need be. Time lapse gonna be used. There's also a halberd on Amar, so he is gonna make sure that this Lina does nothing. We saw it in the previous fight how Lina was literally not doing any damage. Got 10 hits into the Magnus and didn't even clip him.
Yeah, with the Gleipnir, his damage is mostly magical. He's not really touching these heroes through the BKB.
2000. He is. He's
going
gonna
for
be needing
Parasma.
more damage.
Interesting.
Radiant are scanning.
It is some damage, but I'd rather see like
Okay,
a crit or
20k up,
something.
37 minutes in, like both teams as we spoke. No, Roche is up, Roche is top, and I think if Falcons win this fight, it's gonna be GG. If Quest do, like, we might be seeing a full turnaround of this game.
The Magnus will have an RP in just 10 seconds. Actually make it 2. Quest in a good position, however. Plays down crit. Oh, he knew. Smoke broke, just brings himself out. Etherun gonna be there, finds Kaori, pulls him in. Amar won't be able to get the skewer away. Dissimilate out. They're just poking for now, testing each other out. Bash and the Rolling Thunder. They found Melreen with Laguna Blade. Actually, there's the swap. The Gladiator that's gonna has the Mantine with the Dissimilate. He'll be out. They do bail him away from that fight. Melreen will be able to reconnect. Noob, a lot of armor.
So much use on the Quest.
Thunder. Now there is gonna be a catch onto Malik and nothing to save him. Does have a buyback, however, will be going for it, meaning that Quest still have all 5 of their heroes.
No swap for quite some time, but soon it's gonna come up, and I think that's a sign that nobody on the side of Falcons will be dying. Marlene finishes the Aghanims, and RP is still online. They're ready to fight round 2.
Ori still alive. This is how the fight started. Vengeful Spirit caught. They don't have the guts to go forward. Swashbuckle
Yes,
does bash the Magnus, and there's the ult by the stolen swap. Really nicely done. Corey drops down, has the buyback, will be coming back into this fight. Doesn't have the ulti, however. There's the RP on the Rubik. This is who they want. He has been super annoying. Does have a buyback, however. Stun onto Skitter. He had the BKB. Will be getting out of the snaking. Just not gonna be so lucky. Skitter is just way too strong. 1 versus 1. He does win this one. Malik, he bought back. He doesn't want to die again. With the swap, it is gonna be all but certain, as Noob in the backlines trying to do something, trying to be annoying, but there's one thing he cannot do, and that's prevent Falcons from winning that fight and now getting Roche.
It's just way too hard at this point. The advantage is way too big, too many items on the side of Falcons. Is just like Rubik has to do like some epic miracle plays. I mean, his name is Omar, it's not Amer, so no miracle plays coming this game.
It's close. It's close. He did have the swap stolen. That lasso being broken was a good path forward. Crit has so much in his inventory. Gonna be using that Aghanim Scepter. This Batrider is 3rd in net worth at the moment. He is so freaking strong.
I mean, first world problems for the crit, you know. Aghanim's cheese, refresher, what I'm gonna pick up first, you know. And he will get the eggs, 37k gold lead. Do you see what happens if you lose the fight on the 3rd rush, on the dire side? He just too much gold. Kaori's gonna be caught, no buyback on him. 1 sentry, gonna be ready. Swap.
Another one, there it is, the stun, the swap. They might not even need the lasso, as Skitter is there with more than enough damage. Level 25 on the Weaver. This guy packs a punch, and we saw it when he manned up versus the Lina. Roll mid lane, roll up, Rolling Thunder as well. Marine gonna get stunned up twice. Noob might decide to go for another one, actually. Will decide to use the blink and run away.
I mean, there's just no damage on the side of the PSG quest. Like the quest, the Falcon heroes are just way too tanky. Now they have Aghanims, Ninja Gear, Blink Aetherlens on the crit. Like, I mean, he's getting 2 heroes in a moment. Just watch. Oh.
I'm watching. Where's the second one, Milan? It's only the one. Okay.
I mean, because he has no buyback, it counts as 2.
Okay, makes sense. Solid catch there, but doesn't get the nice skewer from Amar. So they do get down the Raxes. There's no glyph at the moment. It is gonna be there soon in 17 seconds. The thing is that your Raxes are not gonna live that long here in the mid lane.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the condition, what they need to do on the PSG quest side, but they don't have Magnus, they don't have Venge, they don't have repositioning ability, they don't have damage, they don't have anything. 45k down, they're gonna go for the Venge. He has the Aghanims, so come and get me.
Come and get me, even if you kill me. There's gonna be another stun. Lina has been found. That's the big one. Overgrowth being used. Everybody has a way to remove it, and the RP onto the solo Lina will be enough for a kill. Swap. They're snaking, still coming forward. The damage is overwhelming, and there's the double lasso. Yeehaw! And that's probably gonna be taking Falcons to game 2 of this series with a 1-game advantage. And Skitter, he wants the rampage, and with a hit up the high ground, it's a crit. Not that crit. It's Skitter getting the rampage. Beyond godlike. What a clean game from Falcons.
Clean nonetheless. Like 53.